think Lori completely locked Mike out. Like they walked out of here. Mike was filming, like following her out. And then now you can go through our room, Mike. You can go through our bedroom.
You can go through our bedroom and my closet. There's nothing dirty out.
No chonies. Well, you look, Easter's over.
Easter's over.
And you're still in your Easter, you're wearing Easter outfit action.
No, I'm not wearing Easter outfit action.
That's not Easter outfit action?
Well, yeah, I guess technically it could be, but I rented clothes for the cruise. I'll probably wear it on the cruise.
Good Lord. We are recovering from a huge Easter party.
Yes.
I loved it. There's some things I would change.
Yeah, we need to make a list so we remember for next year, like the things we would do differently.
Well, we added the Saturday, which I absolutely love. However, it was Jake's birthday, and Jake and I all month were like, oh, we're going to party. We're going to party. We're going to laugh. We're going to have a good time.
And you didn't tell me till the day of it was his birthday, so I didn't even have a cake or anything.
So then we made the mistake because Jake's like, okay, well, I'll show up. I'll bring the barbecue pit. I'll smoke briskets. I said, okay, I'll smoke chicken. So Saturday, as fun as it was, and it was fun, we were so busy working the whole night.
Making the meat was work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were busting butt, working, trying to get all the meat ready for the next day, that we really didn't get a chance to get wasted together. So next year, I have to figure out another solution. There's got to be a different way.
You always make me crazy because you want to make it a 3-day event. And it's like the days leading up to it, it's hard to entertain. Like, I just want to be able to focus on getting ready for the actual event, not entertaining the few days before too, and making sure that there's food for that in the house too. Well, like, it's just a lot to manage.
Here's something that I think as a couple, we already knew this, but I think that it's something that we're learning to implement.
What's that?
I want to be out Saturday night. You don't.
No, I want to rest and be good the next day.
You want me at church the next morning? I don't want to go to church. So I think that we're learning to, you give me what I want, and then I give you what you want.
Yeah.
And I think that is a good compromise.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of couples make the mistake of somewhat selfishness of, I'm going to do what I want to do all the time. And I'm not going to give something to my partner that they want. Right. And I knew in the past, I've always said, well, I'm not going to go to church because I'm going to be here setting up. I'm going to be working, blah, blah. And don't get me wrong. I did not want to be gone that hour and a half.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have been working, but I know how important it is to you and how much you enjoy the family getting dressed up. It was literally our only hour and a half this weekend of just us.
That's true. Yeah.
And I know you wanted that.
Yeah.
However, you were really sweet and you were like, hey, I know you want to be out at the barn playing cornhole, hanging out with your friends, having a drink. I will give you that.
Yeah.
So I think that we really learned that it was a really good compromise.
Well, and Friday night you were out in the barn hanging out till 3 a.m. when you stumbled back in. But what?
It was 4. It was 4. It was 4.
4
to be clear.
Smelling like alcohol the next morning. But you were like, please come to the barn. Just have one drink. Just have one drink. And I was like, no, like I'm tired. I'm wiped. And that's the other thing is like you letting me go to sleep because otherwise then the next day I'm cranky pants and that's no good either.
I don't let you do shit. Okay. Because I can't make you do anything. So I didn't let you go to bed. You do what the fuck you want to do when you want to do it.
That's true. I tucked myself in.
There is no let me. I'm the let me. I'm the she let me. Renae is the I do what the fuck I want, when I want, how I want. I am the I hope she lets me hang out. That is
no, I value and I prioritize sleep. Sleep is important.
I don't need sleep.
Yeah.
I don't need sleep. However, you did make fun of me the next day for taking a nap, and then
I passed out on the couch snoring so loud in the living room. We were all laughing at you.
I came back, and then you were napping after you made fun of me for
Once
napping.
I put Delilah down, I was trying to sneak one in.
So just an update too, the patio. I mean, we got it very, very close to being done. I mean, at least it wasn't a disaster out there.
There's no landscaping. There's
no landscaping.
The planters, they finished building the planters, but there was nothing in them.
We still need to figure out what we're going to do with the, are we going to stay in the concrete? Are we going to tile it? We still need to figure out what we want to do with that.
Yeah.
Then we have to put in the landscaping. But, man, and again, as much as we fight and as much as you drive me fucking insane, and I know I drive you insane.
Good, I'm glad you know.
But I'm willing to admit it.
Oh, no, I'm fully aware I drive you insane.
That is step one, is admittance.
Yes.
The truth will set you free. But, man, together we make an amazing team.
Yeah.
Because that patio, even though you drive me crazy and I drive you crazy, it looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it is stunning and it is beautiful. We're not done. We're going to put a bar out there. We're going to put an outdoor kitchen. But man, is it beautiful.
Well, and you make me crazy because you want to push through things so fast. And that just gives me so much anxiety. I feel like, whoa, we're missing little details here. And I make you crazy because
with all the little details.
Yes, because I obsess over the little details.
But wouldn't you say, to be honest, that if I don't push you, it doesn't get done at all?
No, it's good that you push because things get done.
Renae won't get things done because, well, next week. And I don't like the way it looks. And right now's not a good time. And I just don't have the time. And, well, I don't like the way it looks. And I need a budget for this.
But you're pushing through things also is probably, I'm trying to pencil in a meltdown on the calendar. I just haven't had time. I have to keep rescheduling it. Like
only women pencil in meltdowns. No, a meltdown happens when a meltdown happens. There is no, Renee's like, when can I have a meltdown and make a scene?
Like last night, oh my God, we're all so tired. It's been a long week. You were very upset about stuff and emotional, rightfully so. Garrett's having an emotional meltdown because you were going to be able to make the school field trip, but now it got rescheduled because of the rain last week. So now it's happening on a day that you can't go. And then Delilah did not nap properly yesterday and is still exhausted trying to catch up from the week. So she was a mess. I just told Rebecca that helps me with the kids. I just told her, I was like, just leave. Just go before I have a very public meltdown. I cannot handle everyone's emotions. She looked me in the eyes. She goes, you're doing a good job keeping it together.
Rebecca's definitely, look, it's, you want to know who Team Renae is? Rebecca, Team Renae. Lori, Team Renae. Mike, the new camera guy who's shooting our life, Team Renae. I mean, everybody it's like me against the fucking world, and I go crazy. I go fucking crazy. True. It is true. And anyway, Sunday was awesome, and my mentality, and we got on the phone with Rick because Rick was there, and oh my gosh, like Rick, your boys are turning out to be so handsome, like they're so unique looking and tall.
They're also different.
And very handsome young men. I mean, I hadn't seen them in a while, and all of a sudden they went from being to my shoulder to now, a foot taller than me?
Listen, do we think we can convince one of them next year to put on the Easter Bunny suit?
No, because they don't look like the suit they're wearing capris. Their feet will be hanging out the bottom of the suit. But, what I love the most, and right before we started the podcast, Rick said, oh my gosh, you and Renae don't sit still and you guys like do so much.
Yeah.
I love it. I make this home not for me. I make this home for others. And I love when people come over and enjoy the hard work. And when they come and they sit on the patio and they see the chicken coop and they go, oh my gosh, what a great party. I love making sure that everybody has a drink, that everybody feels welcome, that everybody, I mean, I love it. And it means so much to me because, and by the way, my uncle hosted Easter at his ranch every year. And he did not have a fancy ranch.
Yeah.
It was almost a kind of a cabin that he had out there, but I just admire him so much more now. Never made you feel like you were putting him out. Never made you feel like you had to do something, and I remember growing up seeing him, running from the barbecue pit to gathering wood for the bonfire to, just doing everything, and we didn't have much and he didn't have much, and he had a little hunting cabin, and you would wake up on Sunday morning, and I'm not kidding you, there was not a space on the floor or anywhere where somebody was not sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody would come with their blankets and throw them on the ground, and he would roll out these cots that he had. Back in the day, they had the old spring beds, the metal ones that would fold in half,
Yes,
you unfold those things, and he was just so generous to all of us, and I have so many wonderful memories of big Easters.
Yeah.
Where to me Easter was family time and celebration, and everybody coming back from church in their Easter clothes back to the ranch, and running around with the confetti eggs and doing an egg hunt and playing volleyball. And I mean, it was just, I have so many wonderful memories of Easter that I now want to give those memories to our kids, our friends, their kids. I want to give what my uncle gave to me to other people.
Yeah.
And Dad, we had a lot of Trevino side of the family here, and Dad was Mr. Party Time.
He had a good time. Did you talk to him on yesterday? Did he recover okay?
I don't know what that guy he got everybody wasted.
Did he?
Anybody that hung out with him was, I stayed away.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, Dad, I'm doing the piñata, I'm doing sack races, I got activities.
Your dad likes to have everyone take shots. He really encourages the shots.
Where's that tequila, Steve? Where's the good tequila? I don't want that shit. I want the good one. I mean, he got everybody drunk, and I was loving that he was having a good time. I want to dance. Where's my wife? He was having an amazing time, and I just, you see everybody show up. You see the kids just having a blast.
Yeah.
And for me, I really didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time with everybody.
I agree. I feel like I didn't get to, I didn't really, I sat down to eat sort of at the very end, and I visited with people while I tasted. I didn't even have any meat. I just had sides because there were so many good sides that everyone had brought. I just ate sides, but that was about it.
It was awesome, man. And I just, I want to know from Rick the outside perspective of, I think it went well. I think people had a good time.
Yes.
I think people were comfortable. Rick, from the outside looking in, how was it?
Oh, I have a lot to say. First off, the fact that you guys have a full-fledged parking lot at your place, that just means I need to learn how to tell jokes. That's number one. Number two, the things that stood out to me, the fact that you and Renae, you guys were unbelievable in terms of hosting a party. Like everyone, you're talking to everyone, but you're making sure that everyone has food and that everything's going well. And you had things jam-packed of like, hey, it's the Easter egg hunt for the kids. If you're under 4, go now. And then you had things for the adults. And the things that were fascinating to me is our kids are going to have memories to last a life. So, mission accomplished on that end. But the fact that you're out there pitching in the kickball game and stuff, and how serious the adults took it versus the kids and stuff, which was amazing. And lastly, I'll say this. Garrett's baseball swing is unbelievable. Not even for his age. His mechanics and and I said that because it was for the piñata, and how serious he took it. I mean, the mechanics were insane.
He's doing so good, and I'm glad that, I hope you didn't feel. My only concern is, do our guests feel comfortable, or do they feel neglected?
Because they don't all know each other.
They don't all know
right?
each other, right?
But you guys surround yourself with such good people and such warm people. Like, I knew maybe 4 or 5 people there. I made new friends that day. It's just because
awesome.
If they're at your place, they're good people. So, it was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. And that's why Saturday is for me.
Yeah, that's the goal of Saturday.
Saturday for me is, man, I'm playing cornhole. I'm hanging out with my buddies. We're having a drink. It's not nutty. I don't have to set up much. I mean, Rocky showed up. Rocky was a huge help. And Saturday during the day, it was just literally throw some fajitas on the grill. Here's some tortillas, throw some cheese in it, and have a taco. It was not, we didn't have, we didn't go, Renae will pull out the freaking lettuce and tomato and the salsa and the sour cream, and there's a whole tray, and it was like old school. I'm cutting the meat and people are wrapping it in a tortilla and eating, and we had a good time. And then my friend Jody came in, and he is the fiddle player for Cody Johnson, so we had him as a guest
on Friday. When did they get here? Yeah, they got here Friday. No, they got here Friday. I know they got here Friday because I was literally at Target buying stuff for the guest house, and the cleaning ladies were in there cleaning in the morning because Jody got here afternoon. I was like, oh, that was crazy Friday. That's why I was so tired Friday night.
Oh, I know. You do so much. And but having Jody here, then, so he was playing Friday night at Freiheit.
Yeah.
So we went, and then afterwards we ended up in the barn, and God, man, it was so cool. They're having a jam session in my barn. Sonny brings out the accordion. Jody's got the fiddle out. Rio's playing. It was just, those are the things that are just so cool that I don't get to do, normally.
Yeah.
So that's why I stayed up till 4, because I was like, oh my gosh, this is, they're singing rock songs. They're singing Counting Crows. They're singing country songs. Don't let your, we're singing along. It was just, it's exactly why I bought that PA system, right? Is to create a creative environment for us and our children and our friends, right?
Yeah.
And I want Garrett to be able to say, oh my gosh, my dad had Jose Trevino from the Yankees at my house. My dad had the fiddle player from the Cody Johnson band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Randy Rogers comes to visit. I want my son to have this experience to not only meet people who are famous, but to see that these people have a career.
To normalize it.
To normalize it,
Yeah,
right?
to normalize it.
And you hear other people in the nepotism world, they go, oh yeah, so-and-so's my godfather.
Yeah.
Such
and such babysat me.
Right.
Like,
so-and-so babysat me. Right.
Yeah.
And I just want to provide that for Garrett and Delilah, but Delilah's still very, very small. Just, that environment of creativity, the environment of, hey, we sit around and we get on the microphone.
Yeah.
So Garrett, during the Easter party, a song came on and he ran over and grabbed the mic and sang for everybody.
Yeah.
Because he sees it and he sees people, jamming out and hanging out. So it was just really, really blessed. And I am glad that I went to church with you. I am. Even though, gosh, church was a madhouse.
When we got there, before it started, and the church was already packed, and then they have the hall, like the overflow room that was filled with chairs, and the overflow room in the hall was already packed too, so we got a bench by the door at the overflow hall. It was nuts. It was crazy.
But it was nice to take that hour break as a family and go to church together, and ultimately, like Christmas, Easter is about our Lord and Savior. He has risen. Yeah. So it was nice. You know, it was nice to do that. And then, oh gosh, we always have the egg toss.
Oh,
And,
you know what? Last year, Vicky got nailed in the hair, but last year it was hot on Easter, so it was just like baking right here on her hairline. It was terrible. This year, Sonny took a shot to.
well, he's got a ZZ Top beard.
Oh my God, to the beard.
He's got a ZZ Top beard to the middle of his belly. And he goes to catch the egg, and it breaks and just soaks his beard.
Oh, no, you see,
But that's...
Lori got a video close-up, and you see Sonny going,
but that's...
oh, it was so gross.
But that's exactly why we do it. We want the show, and we want it. We want to see who's going to get egged.
Yeah.
You know, Christina, by the way, there's a video of her.
Uh-huh.
She was not a player.
What happened?
She did not want to win for Mike. You see the video, and she tries to catch the egg, but she has her outfit and her body so far away. Like, she's like, I ain't getting it. I'll catch it, but I ain't getting an egg on me. Right. And there's somebody did a video of her, like, slow motion, and she, like, the eggs coming, and then she literally, like, separates her body from her hands as far as she can. But, man, it was just a really wonderful weekend. And
yeah. Oh, Rick, I'm glad to hear that the boys had fun, because I worry
I could tell they had a good time.
I worry about the older kids.
I could tell they had a good time. They were running around. They were joining in on the kickball.
Yeah.
You know, they 2 or 3 times came up to me and were like, "Oh, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
This is cool." You know, like they had a really, really good time.
I was laughing because we did a lottery egg hunt for the big kids and the adults.
It always goes to shit.
I know. Well, you let the senior citizens, you were like 65 and up can go out first. And someone said, I've never seen 65-year-olds move that fast in my life.
These bitches were moving. It was hilarious. But it goes to then for
what happened? I missed it. Why do you say it went to
same
shit?
thing again. Somebody's teenagers went out and picked them all up for their parents.
Oh.
So again, you know, I had several people come up to me and go, there was teenagers out there running.
Well, then maybe we need to separate next year. Maybe that's one of the things we do. There's the teenager egg hunt, and then there's the adult egg hunt.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was, I don't know. I think, and I love it because, you know, Jamie Abrams came up to me and she goes, every year it gets bigger and better.
Yeah.
You know, and I just love them. And that was a good compliment too of like, oh my God, it got bigger and better, because sometimes bigger doesn't necessarily mean better.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and that's my fear too, is that, like you said, Easter is you go to church and it's your family, and Easter's such a special, you have memories specifically with your family, and our Easter has become such a mix of people, not just family, that I worry people are going to be like, you know what, it's too big. Like it's
you know
too
what
much of a production.
You know what I love about it though is that it is very, our neighborhood is like its own little town.
Yeah.
You know, because we know a lot of people in the neighborhood that are our age.
Yeah.
And then you have them, they just kind of stop by with their pie and they go, hey, we just wanted to say hello and bring the kids for a little while. We have other things going on.
Yeah.
But we wanted to stop by and we brought a pie. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just, it feels very, I mean, I grew up in Portland, you know, Gregory, Portland. So that whole town was my playground. That whole town was my friends. That whole town, you know, we knew everybody.
Yeah.
And our neighbor, when I moved here, I said, well, man, is my son going to get that?
Yeah.
Right? Is he going to get the feeling of a community that, you know, but it really has become a community here.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that our Easter party helps that. You know, it puts the neighbors together to hang out. It puts, you know, we all know each other. We all look at each other for our kids. And you know, I used to say I would drive down any street in Portland or Gregory, and I knew somebody's house and who lived there on every street. You know, I'd be like, oh, that's so-and-so's house. 2 doors down is so-and-so's house.
Yeah.
We knew everybody, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times my dad would be like, why were you speeding down more? And I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, well, they already called me.
Yeah.
That you were hauling ass. You better watch it. because everybody knew everybody.
Yeah.
And my dad would get a phone call.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve was hauling ass. And that's what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
Right? All of our neighbors and our friends, if Garrett's hauling ass on the Polaris, we're going to get a phone call.
Yeah.
Because we know everybody. So it did feel very community. And I don't know if it was Rick or somebody. Was it you, Rick, that came up to me and said, man, what a cool deal that your neighbors pop in on their golf carts and Polarises. Was that you?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it was Lamar.
Oh.
Yeah, Lamar came up to me and goes, dude, how cool is it that your neighbors just kind of roll in with their golf cart, say hello, the kids play, and then they leave because they got other things to do, you know. So it was really special, at least to me.
Yeah.
And you were making cotton candy and the bouncy house.
You know what? It's when you throw a big party like that, it's the food that stresses me out because I'm just not a cook. I love the decorating. I love the making cotton candy. Everybody knows cooking is not my thing, but the decorating and the party planning and all of that, I love. But this, we just told everyone, like, bring a side dish. And there was no Facebook sign up, like, who's bringing what. Like, just everybody bring something and there will be enough and a variety. And if 2 people bring potato salad, who cares?
I grabbed Rick like a little baby and I grabbed him by his arm and I said, come here. Taste this shit.
Which one was it?
The butterboard.
Oh, yeah. The people we rented the trailers from, they brought that.
Rick, am I right or am I right?
How do you make butter? Just butter.
It's like, it's a new, you know how the charcuterie boards have been like a huge phase.
Shit.
So this is the new thing, is these butter boards, and there's different breads and toasts and different, it's like, I don't know.
With like garlic.
I don't even know.
Oh my God. I literally go, Rick, come here. And Rick was like, what? I go, eat this. And he goes, how? I go, you grab the bread, you put them, and he was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It was good. And everybody brought very, very unique, good dishes.
Yeah.
I tried a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I literally would be like, all right, let me make a little plate of that with that and that and that.
I messed up and I bought pretty plates and not big enough plates because there was so much to taste.
So much. And Rick and I would look at each other and he'd be over there across the table and he was like, oh, he'd be pointing down, this one, try this one, Steve. I mean, it was a buffet, right, Rick?
That's saying lightly. I mean, you had like 4 tables of food.
Yeah, literally 4 tables of food.
But next year I need to remember, we need to remember like to have a teenager dress up as the Easter bunny because our bunny did not make an appearance till the end when.
Oh, next year I'm hiring a staff.
No, I mean, I think we have a lot of friends that want to help, and I like
it's going to be $10 for parking, and then it's going to be, we're going to have a little booth to sell tickets, and you need your tickets to get on the bouncy house.
Funny. That's funny. Yeah, the carnival. Someone did say this is like a carnival.
It was like a
Trevino carnival.
And then even Travis was like, I don't know how you do this. He's like, this is insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But no, we'll get a teenager to man the cotton candy machine.
I'm hiring a staff.
And no, like our friends' teenagers will do it.
No, next year I want a bartender.
A bartender would probably be nice,
I want a bartender.
Actually. Yeah.
I want somebody there to walk around cleaning up. And then I want them to clean everything up at the end.
Yeah.
I want somebody manning the cotton candy booth.
Yeah.
I think...
The kids actually, when I was making it, the kids all really wanted to do it. You just need someone to be there to supervise.
It was just an amazing, amazing Easter, and I'm glad that you let me do that. I appreciate you letting me do that.
No, you know what? When I texted one of our neighbors to thank them because she was so helpful. She helped me make a big old balloon arch, her and her girls, and I texted her to tell her thank you for her help, and she goes, "Oh my God, you guys are rock stars, always hosting stuff around the holidays." And when she said that, it made me think, I remember I broke up with a boyfriend in high school because he didn't like holidays. And I was like, no, holidays are a big deal to me. Something is wrong if you don't like holidays. Can we not talk about
high school boyfriends right now?
But it made me think, because like, you know what? I ended up marrying someone who loves holidays.
But that's another thing, man. Like, it is amazing how respectful all of our friends are. I mean, everybody at the end of the night. And I was happy. My goal was leave it alone. I'll wake up Monday morning and I will spend the day out there
Oh, no, that's
cleaning
a mess.
up.
You don't want to do that.
But that's me. I don't mind. I'll do it.
Yeah.
But man, I turned around and everybody was folding chairs and tables.
Oh,
and,
a lot of that was Mike and Christina.
I mean, they were so sweet and people were so helpful and willing to help us clean up. And again, I don't mind it. Like it doesn't. I don't do it expecting anybody to help.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
We still got to get as you said that, cleaning up, we got to get the egg garland out of the trees. I think it's still hanging up in the trees.
It's going to be taken care of.
We have plastic eggs arriving to the house tomorrow.
I'm mad at you too, though. I didn't even tell you.
Why?
How many times did I say, we need more confetti eggs? We need more eggs. We need more eggs. And you kept saying, no, we don't. We have plenty. We have plenty. Some kids got 4 eggs.
That can't be right,
yes,
Steve.
A lot of kids got 4 eggs.
That can't be right.
I'm telling you. And some of them cried. And I said, that's Renee's fault.
No.
Yes, some of them cried. And they only got 4 or 5 eggs. That's it.
Well, then you know what happened?
We did not have enough.
No, then we put too many in the little section. When I was passing out eggs for people to place out, we put too many in the little kids section.
No, we need to be extra aggressive with confetti eggs and candy eggs.
Okay.
We need to be extra aggressive.
Got it.
Because I told you, I am the overfeeder. I will buy overfood for
and
people.
I hate for it to waste.
And we will have leftovers. Renae?
No, we won't, because you'll be like, throw it away. Don't mess with it. Toss it.
Renae, I feel so bad when Renae does it because I'm like, well, here's one slice of fajita. Here's one slice. Sorry. Here, have one slice of fajita. Well, there's more over there. Yeah, but I have other people to feed.
I don't like to waste. And then I don't have Tupperware to pack up all this food at the end of the night.
But you don't want people to feel like they can't stuff their faces.
It's not about stuffing your face. It's about the hang and the joy, and you eat a little bit, and you put some food in your belly, and you're good. We're
gonna start another
You
debate.
and I are very different on that,
We're very different on everything. There's nothing we're not different about. Jesus Christ. I'm Jesus, she's Christ.
But there's still food in the barn right now.
Yes, there is.
So it's less to clean up if everybody eats it all.
Very successful. Now, the next holiday is 4th of July.
Yes.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it very low profile.
Are we?
He
said that. Okay, clarify.
No.
What does low profile mean? Clarify.
Well, we had 100 people over for Easter. We're not having 100 people over for 4th of July.
Okay.
I want to do it like we did it last year. I thought last year was perfect.
Last
Several families, Several
families.
But it was 15 of us. It wasn't 100.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. It was a great weekend.
Yeah.
And Garrett goes, since we didn't do fireworks last year, can we do double this year? I'm like, yes. Yes.
Garrett also asked if we could build a roller coaster in the backyard.
Yes. So that's what we're doing. So, and then Mother's Day, we're planning, hopefully, to do a wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day podcast.
Yes. So, stay tuned. We are planning a Mother's Day brunch podcast.
But here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say.
Actually, I take that back now. We have to, it won't be, I just put that out there. I don't think it's going to be a brunch podcast, but it is going to be a special Mother's Day podcast because scheduling with your schedule is very tricky.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to say. I am hands off. It is in your hands. I'm not gonna,
that's not true. I'll say, okay, we're doing this. And you're like, no. I think we should do it like this. No. And then it morphs and changes.
Bullshit.
And
No. I told, all I'm saying, guys, if we don't pull this off, I'm not going to get in trouble again for you're so pushy.
Rick said we're figuring out a date tomorrow. We're getting on the phone and we're figuring out a date tomorrow.
Y'all figure it out. I think we should do it. I will support it 100%. I will pay for whatever we need to pay for because I would like to have a special Mother's Day podcast. But I ain't pushing. It ain't on me to make it happen.
Well, the one day you have available, you're now working on one of the days you have available. You're now working on another project that doesn't have to happen before Mother's Day, but you're making it a priority before Mother's Day. So you make it tricky, Mr. Trevino.
I do not. That's in April. I'm doing something in April.
We're trying to get this. There are not that many days available before Mother's Day on the calendar.
May 14th is there's 2 weeks in May to figure it out.
With your schedule. There are very limited days, sir.
It's not basically every excuse.
I can't even pencil in a meltdown.
It's not happening. It is not happening, but I'm putting it in your court. I hope it happens.
You're a turd.
I'm not a turd. I'm just
You're
saying.
a turd.
I hope it happens. And we got rid of a piece of furniture back here.
They can't see that.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. I think what I would like to do is kind of shift us over a little bit to start putting a little more new scenery.
Oh, I like it.
Into the podcast. We are filming a do-it-yourself DIY reality show.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't know where you're going with this. You were waiting for me to like fill in the blank. I didn't know what you were talking about.
It is a DIY reality show. People are like, "What network?" Our network. No network wants us. Are you kidding me?
Steve Trevino's YouTube channel.
Well, I mean, so many people would reach out and say, "Oh, y'all should have a reality show," or "Y'all should have a sitcom," and I don't disagree. And we're not getting any offers, so we'll do it ourselves again. So we are putting together a really cool, and it's not going to be 22 minutes or anything.
Yeah.
It's just going to be several minutes of a slice of life at the Trevinos. One of the episodes is us going to Dorinda's Chocolates. And you are going to be doing a Mother's Day box. When is that promo up?
The Mother's Day chocolates are available for purchase now. You can buy them anytime between now and Mother's Day, and they will ship it to you so that you get it for Mother's Day, that it will arrive before Mother's Day.
So you want your very own Dorinda's Captain Evil chocolates, go to dorindas.com.
DorindasChocolates.com.
DorindasChocolates.com. And you have to put code Trevino if you want the Captain Evil box.
Yes.
It'll have a little chocolate in there with Captain Evil on it.
But it's a 12 pack. The box is a 12 pack of multi chocolates, and every chocolate in there is delicious. They all taste good.
And then I was tripping out because everybody knows how much I love the military.
Yes.
Right? So I got hired to do a private event on a Norwegian cruise line. So Renae and I got very excited. Renae gets to come. That's what she was talking about, renting clothes for her deal. Mike, are you out there?
Nope.
No, Mike. But we started kind of, we were speaking to the Norwegian people, and the people at Norwegian cruises were like, "Hey, we understand that you love the military. So do we." Mm-hmm. And again, I get so... everybody says they love the veterans.
Yeah.
Everybody claps when you mention the veterans. It's like my shows. Every show, hey, let's give it up for the men and women who serve. Here's a charity. Everybody claps. Everybody goes nuts.
Yeah.
98% of them are not volunteering for the veterans, are not even donating a $10 bill.
Yeah.
Right? So I always get a little frustrated when people say, "Oh, I love the veterans." Okay, well, what are you doing for them?
Yeah.
Right? What are you doing for them? Right? Well, Norwegian says, "Well, we love veterans too." And I said, "Okay, how do you love veterans?" And they freaking got like nuts about it, sent us an entire list of all the things they do for veterans. As a matter of fact, I am going to buy my dad a Norwegian cruise because I don't think he knew.
Yeah.
Not only if you're a veteran, you buy one plane ticket, they buy you the other one.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, that's right. That's what I was doing on my phone.
I can't even remember all the details.
I was pulling up the email because it's not just, there's the 10% discount on fares, and it extends to your entire stateroom. And then what you're saying they call combinable with free at sea. So it's unlimited open bar, free airfare.
Hold on. Open bar means alcohol, everything?
Mm-hmm. Free specialty dining and more. So you buy an air ticket and the second guest flies for free. Yeah. And then it's for military. It is for their spouses. Like as long as anyone has that military ID, I forget what they call that. But there's also like an onboard reception for military people and a commemorative photo. Like they want it to be, it's not just a military discount. They want it to be a whole experience.
It's
for
incredible.
Military and vets.
It's incredible. And that is how you take care of veterans.
Yeah.
When they sent us this, so then what I did, because I'm not afraid to ask, especially when it comes to our veterans, I said, "Hey, I want to give away a cruise to a veteran.
Yeah.
Can we do that? And they were like, absolutely, Mr. Trevino. Is that what you want to do? I said, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
So we are going to be giving away a cruise for a veteran couple to go on their Norwegian cruise line. Yeah. Not to mention, because I've been asking and because I've been bugging and because I put them on the spot about the veterans, they go, why don't you bring a veteran couple with you when you do your private gig? We'll take care of all of it. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
So, I got to give it to Norwegian Cruise Lines. Not only are they hiring me to do a private, they're delivering on everything they said they would with the military. So,
they said it's a big campaign for them. They said it's not just about a discount. We want our military vets to know that we want a cruise to be an experience for you.
I don't see how you go to any other cruise.
No.
I don't see how you do another cruise line if you're a veteran.
And I know I
gotta call Dad because Dad does cruises.
Another cruise line, yeah.
Yep. He does cruises every 3 or 4 months. By the way, with his Vietnam buddies, well, there you go. Right? So it's awesome. Anyway, I wanted to mention that to my audience because, if you're a veteran, if you know a veteran, it's a no-brainer. You go to Norwegian.
It's the website for if they want the very specific details, which we just kind of glossed over, it's ncl.com/military.
How cool is that? So I just wanted to make you guys aware. And this was kind of me throwing it out there, but I need to do a better video informing our veterans of this because, I don't want a veteran to book another cruise line and not be aware that had they booked with Norwegian, that they would have all that stuff's available. Yeah. So I just
and we'll share the cruise next week. Wait, so did we decide are we not doing a podcast next week because we will be on a cruise ship?
No, we just have to do it on Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna invite Rick and Gigi.
But we don't get back till Wednesday night.
We don't get back till Wednesday.
I don't think we get back till Wednesday night. Yeah, so there might not be an episode next week.
Oh shoot. There might not be an episode next week.
Yeah.
So, anywho, we've already talked about Dorinda's.
Yes.
And they've been great to us. Now we've talked about Norwegian, and we have to talk about Aztec Chevrolet because they're Miss Dora was the original sponsor. But Aztec Chevrolet, give them a chance. Yeah. Old Salt Coffee. I missed it today.
Oh, I had it.
I had to grind beans.
Oh, baby, there's a stash up top.
I checked. I didn't see them.
It's because you're short. You got to look back.
Oh, okay. Because I'm short.
You got to get up on the ladder, baby. It's in the back.
And then, of course, pick cherries. We were actually, we might have to bug Stu and make Stu compete with Norwegian and do a Mother's Day flyaway package for people who sign up for pick cherries.
Yeah.
So, a lot of cool stuff going on with the Trevinos. I hope you guys enjoy these little reality shows, I guess, that we're going to put out.
They have to subscribe to your YouTube channel so that they get the notification when a new one drops. They're funny.
And again, guys, we could not have this career without you. We could not do what we do without you. Here we go again on our own, right? Like the only road I've ever known. Where
you love that song.
Here we go again on my own. Going down the only road I've ever known. I can't sing.
Yeah, don't pick that cherry.
Yeah, don't get me canceled, please. Do not get me canceled. We had a wonderful Easter. We hope you did too.
Yes.
And we absolutely love you guys. Shows coming up. This weekend I will be in Indianapolis. Next week, where am I, honey?
And we're taking the family to Indianapolis. I'm excited. I've never been. Then you're in Laconia, New Hampshire, Plymouth, Massachusetts, Oxon Hill, Milwaukee. You're all over the place. Tampa, Orlando.
Milwaukee is actually an Indian name.
Green Bay. Oh, gosh. I didn't even realize in May you're doing Nashville and Atlanta back to back. I forgot about that. We got to do that one.
Oh, and then I need to order. So Garrett and I were talking, and Garrett keeps asking, Dad, how many cities have I been to and how many states have I been to?
Yeah.
So I would like to get him a cork board with the map of the United States of America so that he can
start pinning.
Yeah. So he can start pinning and he can see all the places that he has been. And I mean, that's what's been tough. You know, even though I go on the road, and Garrett got so bummed yesterday because originally I was going to be able to go to his field trip, but it got rained out. They moved the field trip to a day that I can't make it.
Yeah.
And it broke his heart and broke my heart. And, you know, we had to have a real conversation where I said, hey, Garrett, I said, you go on field trips all the time with your daddy. You just don't realize it.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to Indianapolis, you've been to Phoenix, you've been to San Diego, you've been to Los Angeles, you've been to San Francisco, you've been to New York, you've been to all these wonderful places. And when we bring the kids, we don't just sit there. We do the children's museums and the zoos and the science museums. And I mean, the kid goes on field trips all the time.
Well, and I told him too, I said, look, because you were at the kindergarten field trip. And I told him, I said, Garrett, I don't know if you remember, but it was mostly moms that were at the field trip. There were very few dads. You were one of the only kids that had, one of the few kids who had a dad at the field trip.
There was only 2 at the last field trip. It was me and another dad. And and that's what I explained to him too, that there's how many kids are at field trips without parents at all.
Yeah.
You know, so you are very lucky. And luckily we have a very, very logical son. And he did understand. And he said, Dad, thank you. And I understand. And, you know, I know we're going to Indianapolis together. But it was tough. And it is hard to go on the road and miss my children and my wife and all the good stuff. But when I have weekends off, I pack it all in. I had a blast.
Sure do, Steve Trevino.
I had a blast. Oh, and I just want to do a shout out to Jody's wife as well, Marcy. What a driven woman. And I'm just really proud of her. And we talked about it a few podcasts ago, but she's finally opening up they bought an apartment complex and they're moving in their first sex trafficked victim. Mm-hmm. This is all in Bryan College Station. It's just so cool what she's doing. She is a social worker who now has a charity, and that charity rehabilitates sex trafficked females. So I just want to give her a shout out again. And she's such a inspiration and a strong woman, and really proud of her. Yeah. You know, and then she made these at the end of the tour, the Cody Johnson tour. And where do they sell them?
I don't know. I would assume it's on their website, but they're really cool looking. They're selling to make money. They are selling bracelets that are made out of the guitar strings that have busted off of musicians' guitars.
Yep.
And the bracelet actually, that looks really cool.
It's really, really cool. So look for those. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Happy Easter. We love you all. Thank you for the continued love and support. And by the way, you know, one of the messages I got the other day was, oh my God, we get it. You're grateful. Oh my God, we get it. You work hard. Oh my God, we get it. You're appreciative. Well, that note I'm not going to take. I'm not going to stop being appreciative. I'm not going to apologize for loving you guys. I'm not going to apologize for being appreciative. And I'm not going to apologize for
practicing gratitude.
For practicing gratitude and working hard. I'm not apologizing for it. And I hope it's inspirational to people, because I do get those messages too, where they say, hey, it's inspiring to see you and your wife. It's inspiring to see y'all's relationship. It's inspiring to see how hard you guys work. So for you that is bitching about that, negative, thank you, bye.